Hey, it's Clay. How you guys doing? I got another guitar lesson for you today. This time I want to talk about, sometimes when you hear guys play and they have these really long runs and phrases, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about kind of how I have started to understand those types of things and kind of work it into my playing. Because, at first it seems kind of like this just mystical, mysterious, like how do they even do that? But really when you break it down, it isn't maybe as difficult as it maybe sounds. It's doable. And the concept that I've started to kind of understand is this idea of stringing licks together. And so basically the most basic part of it is that you take a number of different licks that you've learned over the years and you find ways to string them together into one long lick very efficiently and quickly. So a lot of times you'll learn a lick. Let's say we're in this A blues box here. So a lick like, that's a lick that you learn. You kind of learn that in isolation. Maybe they'll teach you, you can do it on the one or maybe the. But that's kind of it. They usually stop at that. But I want to talk about is taking licks that we know and stringing them together with other licks that we know. So something like this, where I'll put two together. So that was like 2 or 3 different licks that I put together. The first one was this. So I'm here up on the 10th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, B, E, E. With this big whole step. And then this lick. So I'm going on the B string. This is 8 on the E string, and then back I do this little. It's a little pull-off slide. So I'm pulling off from the 10th to the 8th, sliding down to the 5th. It's a really effective way to get from this area to this area. And then you can start doing, we all know that lick, that 7 up to, and then a bar here, 8, 5. So, and then maybe this little lick, it's a little hammer on and pull off immediately from 5 to 7 on the G string. And then immediately down to the 5th fret on the D string. And you could even repeat it just 1 string lower. You could even throw this little bend from this is 8 to 7 on the G string. So basically the concept is I'm taking a lot of small licks and playing them together as one unified long lick. So let's do something else. That's kind of related to what I was doing, but I'm starting here on the 5th fret on the B string up to the 8th fret. You could do it as a hammer-on, pull-off, or you could just pick it. And then this little 8, 7, 5 on the G string. Okay, so that was one where I put 2 together. So we're starting here on the 3rd fret on the low E string, going up to the 5th fret, and then picking again on the 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret, and then a slide up to the 7th fret. So all together. That's 5, 7 on the D string. Basically, the point is that you can take a lot of these little licks that you've learned and try to put them all together in one unified concept to create these really long, fluid licks. And it takes a little bit of practice, but it's definitely something that you can do. Because I've learned a lot of little licks all over the place. But kind of the reason why I enjoy kind of trying to create up something new on when I'm playing on backing tracks or if I've got a solo is because, you can take all those things that you've learned, all those little things that you've been influenced by, and put them together in new ways, create new combinations of licks, new ideas, new phrases. And that's kind of how you really start to develop your own style. Because the electric guitar has a pretty long history, and I think that's okay. I think it's okay to embrace that. But, it really gets fun when you start to take a lot of these things that you've learned and put them together with other things to create your own stamp. It's a lot of times, you might hear somebody describe somebody's play as familiar yet fresh. It's not totally new and in creating all this new ground, but it's at the same time exciting and different and fun to listen to. But it's also, taking a nod to the past. And in my experience, this is really one good way to do it. It's a really cool way to kind of get a lot of mileage out of those old licks that we've learned. A lot of times your ear gets tired of, something like this. But then when you start to, add those other licks, when you got this little... So anyways, some of the licks were a little messy, a little bit sloppy, but I hope you guys get the point that, you can take this idea, this concept of, little short 2 or 3 string note licks and, put them together with other short licks and create long licks and create these really nice, drawn-out, fluid, continuous phrases that are really cool and exciting and new and different. And you can make something cool out of it. So I'm going to cut it off here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave some feedback down in the comment section below if you enjoyed this lesson, if you'd like to hear some more. And I'll see you guys again soon.